Nolan, good to see you. Today we're going to talk about how to optimize your RMDs in retirement, required minimum distributions. Whether you need that money or not, the government is going to force you to take it so that they can collect their taxes. But proactive planning means that you control your tax liability. Let's start there with what we need to know about RMDs because the rules changed recently with the passage of the Secure Act.
Yeah, thanks, Erin. And the most significant RMD change with the Secure Act was the applicable age that you have to start taking your required minimum distributions. So for those who are not aware, historically, we've usually had to start taking out required minimum distributions the year that you turn age 70 and a half. You have a little bit of a delay in the first year that you can take your required minimum distribution, but every year after that, the government basically mandates that you take money out of your IRA accounts. Well, this number, the RMD age, has been pushed from 70 and a half to about 75. And it's 75 for those who are born in the year 1960 or after. So it's only starting to affect some of the younger retirees. So this doesn't look all that significant, but basically what it does is just delays the time that you have to start taking money out of your IRAs, which I think in turn maybe gives you a little flexibility with what to do with those IRAs in the meantime before the government kind of starts making you take money out on an annual basis.
So let's talk through 4 strategies then to optimize those RMDs. The first strategy would be a Roth conversion, and that's because Roth accounts do not have RMDs.
Yeah, and Roth conversions are basically taking the money that's in your IRAs, the money that's in those pre-tax accounts, 401ks, things like that, and putting it over into a Roth IRA. Now, on a Roth conversion, they're very, very good long-term investments because you are never paying tax on the money that's in that Roth ever again. However, when you do the Roth conversion, you do have to pay tax on that transaction. So should you retire and decide, hey, I want to start doing Roth conversions to get as much of my IRAs post-tax as I can prior to age 75, you can absolutely do that. You just also need to plan on paying the taxes on each of those conversions that you do.
And next you say plan for strategic withdrawals before reaching RMD age to manage your tax bracket and potentially reduce the size of future RMDs.
Right. And this is maybe a little bit different than Roth conversions. What this might be is somebody considering, well, hey, I'm already in the 22% tax bracket and I have maybe $10,000 or $20,000 more income that I could take before I go into the next tax bracket. So for situations like that, these strategic withdrawals could be taking out money from IRAs within your current tax bracket because you anticipate paying that tax anyway, but then putting that money in a non-taxable account afterwards so that there's never tax or you can control the tax that's paid on it from that point forward.
Next, delay taking Social Security, which can reduce your need for larger withdrawals from your retirement accounts in your later retirement years.
Right. And this one, really what you're talking about is trying to maximize your Social Security income so that you don't have to rely so much on your IRAs and 401ks to supplement it when you are older. Now, it's just one of many strategies, but what you're basically trying to do is use your IRA or 401k money now, defer that Social Security because we're in lower tax brackets than we have been for a while. And if you defer Social Security, your income is a little bit higher. So your methodology is pay tax now. We expect taxes to go up in the future, maximize Social Security, and then you probably have to pay a little bit less in tax long term that way.
And the next strategy would be a qualified charitable distribution. I really like this because it is such a win-win for everyone.
Right. And the qualified charitable distributions, these can be part of your required minimum distribution, which is a really cool thing. So if your required minimum distribution is 4% of your accounts and you decide, hey, I'd like to take 2% of that and put it directly to a charity because I donate to my church anyway, or I donate to Pause for a Cause or whatever that charity might be, you can send your required minimum distribution directly to the charity. You don't pay tax on that, and the charity doesn't pay tax on that transaction. It's a really, really cool it's not a loophole, but it's a part of the tax law where you can just send money directly to a charity and it helps reduce your taxable income.
Mhm. Incredibly helpful here. Nolan, clearly, though, proactive planning is key. If somebody would like to talk these strategies through with you, how can they get a hold of you?
So they could call us at 616-301-2581 or go to cornerstone-rp.com and fill out the contact us box at the bottom.
Great. Nolan, thank you.
Thanks, Erin.